Oh no! G'day folks, welcome to another PTP fishing and to what has been my happy place in recent times. I'm on Enoggera Reservoir, so I'm on another freshwater lake, another freshwater urban lake, trying to catch a few bass. So yeah, that seems to be what I've done a lot of in recent times. I have spent some time in the salt. Unfortunately, the last time I attempted to do a video in the salt, wind, rain, still caught plenty of fish, but unfortunately the audio and everything else was just stuff, so no video was a result. So I've got some news about Enoggera, but I'll get into that a little bit later in the video. Right now I'm here nice and early, so I want to take advantage of that. Going to go and hit my first little point, see if I can find some fish, and then I'll give you some news on Enoggera Reservoir as I go. Anyway, welcome to another PTP fishing. Oh, there we go. Finally get the first bite. Oh, I'm in trouble here because he's heading straight for that set of lilies, and I'm in the lilies. I can't stop myself going the wrong way. No, he's come out nice. Little tacker, but that doesn't matter. And that's not a good sign. He's hooked on the back hook, so my fish may not be switched on, and that's most probably why it's taken me a while to get a bite. So I think I say it way too many times in my videos. It's taken a little bit longer than I expected to get this fish, but there's my first bite of the morning. That's probably a low 20s fish. The more important thing here is this lure. So this was given to me by one of the subscribers of the channel. The gentleman's name is Michael Sinclair. Shout out to you, Michael. Michael is a massive supporter of the channel from afar. He lives down on that sort of New South Wales Victoria border, and he shares my videos. He's just a genuinely really nice guy. He orders these lures in and paints them himself. As soon as I saw them, I figured they would catch fish. I don't think this morning has been indicative of the catchability or the fishing potential of these blades, but you've got to start somewhere. You've always got to start with the first one, and Michael, thank you very much for the lures. They definitely work. There that fish is. Not a big fish, 27 centimetres. See ya. Biggest question always is are there any more in there? Ooh, that might have been the faintest of taps then. Might have been the faintest of taps. Bloody hell. This breeze is painful. Yep, that was the faintest of taps. Where are you trying to get to, buddy? You come come here, buddy. Oh, that's a nice fish. Faintest of taps has turned into a cracker. Well, the faintest of taps actually turned into quite a decent fish. There's a sort of low to mid 30s sort of fish. I'd say maybe 33, 34 centimetres. Michael, I'm very sorry. I changed lures. I actually busted one of the hooks. So I'll have to rehook your lure, but that's a Rapala ripping wrap. I was quite impressed with the ripping wrap when I was at Kwongbar last with Jack. I guess the beauty of this Rapala lure is it's still available, whereas my V-blades, as much as I would like to get a whole heap more, they're not available anymore. So Rapala ripping wrap, again, really cool colours that they come in, but yeah, that'd be a mid to low 30s fish. I'll let you know. So there you go. Iometer was pretty good. Footage may be a little dark here, just we've got a very overcast morning so far, but 34 centimetres. Any fish that's a legal fish here at Enoggera, as we know, is a good fish. So hopefully there's a few more off this point. I'm not super happy with what this wind's doing. It's going to be an awful paddle back, but hopefully there's more than one fish where I'm at this location. I ain't going to do it I ain't going to catch them talking to you, am I? I always find it amazing that the tiniest of tiny taps more than likely resulted in a 34 centimetre fish. You know, there's some days these bass just absolutely smash a lure, and then there's other days they just sort of pick at it. He was definitely a picker. Just need to find where his mates are. Wow, isn't it amazing? I was throwing, this feels like a better fish again too. I was sitting in that weed in those lily pads over there before, cast out to exactly where I just took this fish. It never even looked like getting a bite. I even did a piece to camera there. Throw across it, change of angle, first cast, fish. Awesome. Not as big as the last one, but still a solid fish. He'd definitely be a legal fish, I'd say 31, 32 centimetres. But yeah, crazy, isn't it? Casting out of the lilies, across the same point, no bites. Head out and cast across the point, get a fish. So the eye is definitely in this morning. 31.5 centimetres, another lovely fish. And I guess a very opportune time to give you this news on Enoggera Reservoir. So Enoggera Reservoir, if you've watched any of my videos or have kept up to date with my videos here at the reservoir, Enoggera Reservoir had been earmarked to go on to the SIP scheme, so the Stocked Impoundment Permit scheme here in Queensland. What that means is any stocked impoundment lake, you need to have a permit to fish it, but what the money does from those permits, it goes to stocking groups to stock those waterways. It was earmarked for it, it seems like a very, very long time ago now, but finally they've announced it, and as of March next year, Enoggera Reservoir will be on the stocked impoundment permit. So what does that mean for you? Well, for the moment, enjoy it the same as you always have. Come and enjoy the waterway, enjoy what it has to offer. But as of the 1st of March, to come and fish, you will need to have a stocked impoundment permit, and the money that you're paying for your permit will ensure that this waterway gets consistent stocking from, forever basically. So it's great news. It's a waterway that has a huge amount of potential. The stocking group has really solid plans as to what they're going to do here as far as stocking, improving the environment for certain species, so they may have the opportunity to breed in here. I'll talk more about that as we go, but certainly it's great news that we're going to be on the stocked impoundment permit. There's some fish going in December, and then as of 1st of March next year, we know that we'll have consistent funding and therefore a fishery that's going to get consistent stocking. Wonderful news for the fishery. Oh, that's not the best cast, is it? Yeah. funny area, this one. Just don't ever know whether I should come in there or not. You know, is today an exploring day or is today a hit the hotspots day? Might be an exploring day. Oh. Oh, wow. Where's it? Come here, buddy. Oh, come here, come here, come here, come here. Wow. Oh, sorry, buddy. You just settle. Well, I think I will be exploring along this edge. It's a nice fish. That one for Enoggera Reservoir is getting up there in trophy size. Don't know whether he's much bigger than the bigger one that I got earlier. As I said, I was impressed with the Rapala ripping wrap at Kawangbar. And again, it's proven itself. But yeah, I would think that'd be a 36, 37 centimetre bass. Nice fish. As you saw, I had very little control when I was fighting that fish. The kayak was heading to the lilies. He was heading to the middle. He was heading to the lilies. They're just good fun to catch, these things. Good fun to catch. So as I said, I'd almost consider that a trophy bass for Enoggera at this point in time. 35.5 centimetres. See you later. Oh, there we go. Maybe it is an exploring sort of day. I thought long and hard about whether I wanted to come in here or not. And I said, well, I need some sort of indicator, some sort of sign. But then I thought to myself, no, it's really been a day of not a lot of bites. So you've just got to go with the flow. And thanks for playing. He's not as big as the recent ones. Has his tag. We'll say see you later. 285. Always pretty excited when you get fish in areas like this one because they could come from anywhere. They could be out in the open areas, they could be underneath these lily pad towers, they could be pretty much anywhere. It's just a matter of sort of threading the needle in some of the spots and just having a bit of fun because generally in these areas the hits are pretty ferocious too. So great little locations to catch fish if the fish are here. The thing with today has been the areas have all been a little bit random, so there's been no pattern. So whether I found a pattern here or not is who knows. All I know is I'm getting a few, which is all we can really ask for. Sorry, I missed the hookup, folks, but hey, I've gone an awful long way for no bites. I literally just changed lures. Obviously, I lost my ripping wrap to that monster bite earlier, which was an hour and a half ago. Tried another colour ripping wrap that I've had, and in that hour and a half, I never had a bite. That's first cast on the Atomic Vibe 50. That's crazy. It's a very welcome fish. That's probably the smallest fish of the day, to be honest with you, but hour and a half with no touches. Decided to change lures. There's that little Atomic Vibe 50. First cast, got a fish. Anyway, I'll unhook this guy, throw a tag in him, and we'll see how big he is. So there it is. I underestimated it. 28 centimetres, so 27 was that first fish. We'll let him go. I mentioned before that the stocking group has plans for the waterway. I think one of the biggest things that being on the SIP scheme will allow them to do is we don't want to overstock the fishery, so ultimately obviously there'll be a consistent stocking of bass, but what it will give them the opportunity to do is continue with the Mary River cod stocking that they did initially, some 5, 6, maybe even 7 years ago. It'll give them the money because obviously the Marys are a little bit more expensive to buy the fingerlings. It'll give them the money to do that. I'm hoping that they'll also add Saratoga to the system, and obviously the government's committed to putting jungle perch in here, so it could be quite a diverse fishery with sort of Australian bass, Mary River cod, jungle perch and Saratoga. I think the other plans that they've got, and what I'm excited about, and I guess what they're hoping that people may volunteer with at some point in time, the Mary River cod have more chance of breeding or successfully breeding in a waterway like this one if they have the correct areas to go to. And unfortunately there's not a lot of lay down logs here or hollow logs and those sort of things. So stocking group's keen to put in some old pipes and those sort of things that will give the cod a place to go and lay eggs or spawn and hopefully reproduce in the waterways. So they're looking for people to donate those, or if they know somebody that can sell them cheap or whatever it may be, it'll be a way of giving the Marys a better chance of surviving and hopefully improving the waterways. So we'll see how all that pans out, but certainly that is the plan at the moment. Something very much to look forward to. Oh no! Oh, dust! What happened there? Oh no! Wow, that was a big bite too. That's a good cast. Oh, there we go. Finally had a small bite. He came back. He came back. You do your fighting over there away from these lilies. Come on, buddy. So have I found the lure, or is it colour related? Because the rip and wrap that I put on, it was quite a dark colour. I'll come back to a lighter colour with that orange belly and bingo. It's 2 fish in reasonably quick time and 1 cracking bite that I missed. Still licking my wounds from that big bite and missing another good bite. This guy's kind of made up for it. So as I was saying, I was bringing that in. Have I just found the right colour? You know, is today not about, I guess, the lure choice, but more about the colour choice. But that colour there is very, very similar to what I had on in the ripping wrap before. Obviously I had my line failure earlier on that bigger bite. Anyway, pretty happy with that. It's always nice to get a couple of bites in reasonably quick time. It kind of means that you're in an area that's a bit more productive than a lot of the stuff that I've fished so far. Anyway, measure, tag, release coming up. Need to do this quickly. The wind's got me. 30 centimetres. See you later. Ah! So I suspect that it was the same fish that I got that bite from, and that. So I don't think there's a bunch of fish stacked up just in here. I think it was just that one fish and he came back, had a second crack. So doesn't mean I'm not going to try again. It kind of shows you the first time that he obviously did not get the hooks. Oh God, that's another good cast. And he decided I'm not going to give it a second chance. I'm going to whack it properly the second time. So four. Oh, the stuff you see, and then look out. I wasn't going to cast there. I was not going to cast there. Well, I was going to finish that cast. And I saw that little gap just there. Oh, feels like a reasonable fish too. Wow. Come here, buddy. Come here. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a solid one. Straight out of that little corner there. That is so cool. I love those sort of bites. That is just amazing. And as Joe Crust would say, that's a chunk. That's an Enoggera chunk. 34 centimetres. I'll let that fish go. See you later, buddy. I think that's a great way to finish this video. An Enoggera chunk. Great way to finish. And obviously lots of good news re Enoggera Reservoir. SIP scheme March next year. The fishing today, how do we summarise today? Today was a day of taking your opportunities because I just haven't been given that many. I think I've had most probably 9 bites for 7 fish. Normally you would have, I would think, a lot more bites, and they tend to be small fish, and your percentage of hookup would be far less. But gear failure for one, just unlucky with the other. Wind pushing me towards the fish obviously gave him a bit of a slack line and off he came. So summarised today, I'm pretty happy. The quality of the fish has been much better than it has been in recent times. Just the frequency of the bites was far less than it has been. So it's a wonderful waterway. It's nice to have somewhere like this so close to home. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, don't forget, like, subscribe, share, help me grow the channel, and help the BVA if you can. See ya. Who's there? See, kayak's freaking going to him, slack line, no good. That is the biggest dilemma with the old kayak fishing, is the kayak goes towards the fish. Feels like another good fish. Wow. I think this is quite big. Oh, absolutely, it's quite big. Check that out. Wow. Gosh. I literally only just did the closer, thinking I'm not going to get a better fish than that. Wow. Wow. Joe, this is a chunk. This is an absolute Enoggera chunk. Check that thing out. Wowee. Atomic Vibe 50. Gold. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Definitely last fish for the video, this one. Have to show you this fish again. This is my second 40 centimetre fish from Enoggera Reservoir. I was saying to one of the fellas at work, I was saying to Eli at work, if you get a 40 at Enoggera, you've caught the unicorn. Well, there's one of the unicorns. That is just spectacular. See you later, mate. My day is done. Just think, I've had two other massive hits like that today too. Two other absolute massive whacks today. Really makes you think. It's great to see that there's some of that initial stocking. Some of those fish survived and have stayed in the lake. Let me tell you, they bite and fight a little differently to a 27, that's for sure. This is getting super exciting now. I don't think this is a very big fish. Mind you, he's just swimming straight to me at the moment. You do your fighting out there. Oh, I think this is a lot bigger than I think. Oh, wow. Wow. I think I'm going to head to Tackle World Launton and pick up a few more of these Atomic Vibe 50s. Wowee, I've had some really good sessions on these now. Really good sessions on these now. Oh, what are you doing, buddy? Oh, you're kidding. Wow. Look at that. Wow. Oh, that's another stonker. Another stonker. 38.5 centimetres. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. See ya.